My beloved brothers and sisters, Dhikr softens the heart and brings real inner peace that the world cannot give. Many people search for peace everywhere except where it truly exists. They look for comfort in people, distractions, entertainment, or temporary moments. But no matter what they try, their hearts remain restless because the heart was created by Allah and it finds peace only when it returns to Him. When a person sits quietly and says Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, something begins to change deep inside. These simple words carry weight, meaning, and healing. They are not just phrases, they are keys that unlock calmness, serenity, and light. The world can bring you stress, but the remembrance of Allah washes it away gently, like rain softening dry earth. There are times when your heart feels hard, when nothing moves you, when even your own emotions feel locked. In those moments, Dhikr becomes a soft hand touching a wounded heart. It gradually melts the heaviness you carry. Every time you say a word of remembrance, a layer of pain lifts. Every time you whisper Allah's name, a wall inside you breaks. The heart becomes tender, more alive, more aware of Allah's mercy surrounding it. Even if life is chaotic and your thoughts are overwhelming, the remembrance of Allah brings stillness, like a quiet breeze on a burning day. It returns you to a state where you can breathe again. When a person makes dhikr consistently, something beautiful happens. Their heart becomes less affected by the noise and chaos of the world. They stop seeking validation from people because they feel content knowing Allah sees them. They stop worrying excessively about problems because they trust that Allah will handle what they cannot. Dhikr replaces fear with courage, sadness with hope, and confusion with clarity. It is a shield that protects the heart from negativity. It is a light that guides you when everything feels dark. There are moments when you may feel alone, misunderstood, or emotionally overwhelmed. But the heart that remembers Allah is never abandoned. Allah fills that heart with tranquility, sakina, a special kind of peace that the world cannot touch or remove. Even if everything around you is falling apart, Dhikr keeps you steady. Even if people break your trust, Dhikr keeps you strong. Even if your past hurts you, Dhikr helps you heal. The more you remember Allah, the more peaceful your heart becomes because it knows it belongs to Him. The world can only give temporary comfort, temporary distraction, and temporary happiness. But the peace that comes from remembering Allah is pure, lasting, and deep. It calms the storms inside you. It wipes away the dust of stress that settles on your heart. It gently reminds you that you are never alone, never forgotten, and always being watched by the most merciful. Dhikr softens the hardest hearts and brings a peace that no person, no thing, and no hardship can ever take away. Remembering Allah during fear, stress, or sadness replaces anxiety with calmness. There are moments in life when your chest feels tight, when your thoughts run faster than your breath, and when everything around you feels too heavy to carry. In those moments, people often look for comfort in different places, in friends, in distractions, in silence, or in tears. But the deepest comfort comes from the one who controls your heart. When you remember Allah in a moment of fear, something beautiful happens inside you. Your fear begins to shrink, not because the problem has disappeared, but because you awaken the one greater than the problem. A person can be surrounded by noise, chaos, and uncertainty, yet feel peaceful if their heart is connected to Allah. And another person can have everything, comfort, people, and support, yet feel lost if their heart is empty of Allah. When sadness enters your life, when you feel emotionally exhausted, the remembrance of Allah becomes like a warm blanket around your soul. Your tears may still fall, but they fall softer. Your pain may still exist, but it becomes bearable. Dhikr turns emotional storms into gentle rain. It turns fear into understanding and sadness into closeness with Allah. There are days when your mind keeps replaying painful memories, future worries, or the words of people who hurt you. These thoughts create anxiety, and your heart feels heavy without any visible cause. In those moments, remembering Allah acts like a reset button for your soul. When you say Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil, your heart finally lets go of what it was clinging to so tightly. When you say Alhamdulillah, even while hurting, your heart becomes stronger than the pain. Stress is a part of life, but drowning in it is not. Allah has given you a powerful tool to stay afloat. His remembrance. When you remember Him, your perspective changes. The problem remains the same, but your heart becomes different. You stop looking at the problem through fear and start looking at it through faith. You start believing that Allah will guide you through it, protect you from what you cannot see, and bring you out stronger than before. This belief alone washes anxiety away. Life will never be free of challenges, but it can be full of peace even with challenges. And that peace comes from Allah. When you turn to Him in a moment of fear, He fills your heart with courage. When you turn to Him in sadness, He fills your heart with hope. When you turn to Him in stress, He fills your heart with comfort. His remembrance does not remove every difficulty, but it removes the panic inside you. And sometimes that is the greatest relief you can receive. A heart that remembers Allah learns how to breathe again, even when life becomes suffocating. It learns how to trust again, even when the world disappoints. It learns how to stay calm, even when everything feels uncertain. This is the gift of Dhikr. It transforms anxiety into tranquility and turns a frightened heart into a peaceful one. A heart connected to Allah stays strong, hopeful, and unbreakable even in difficulty. Life will test you in ways you never expected. People will disappoint you, plans will fall apart, and moments will come when you feel like you have nothing left to hold on to. But a heart that remembers Allah does not collapse under pressure. It bends, it cries, it struggles, but it never breaks. Because its strength does not come from the world. It comes from the one who created the world. When you build your heart on the remembrance of Allah, you create an anchor inside your soul. No matter how strong the storms of life become, that anchor keeps you steady. Problems may shake your emotions, but they cannot uproot your faith. Pain may enter your chest, but it cannot destroy your hope. Sadness may fill your eyes with tears, but it cannot take away your trust in Allah's plan. This unbreakable strength does not mean you feel no pain. It means your pain no longer controls you. There are people who appear strong on the outside but fall apart at the first difficulty because they built their strength on people, status, or temporary things. And there are others who look humble, quiet, or unnoticed, yet they face the hardest tests with patience and dignity. What is the difference? Their hearts are tied to Allah. They know that no difficulty comes without purpose. They know that every hardship carries a lesson, a blessing, or a hidden gift. They know that Allah never burdens a soul beyond what it can handle, and this belief alone fills them with courage. An unbreakable heart is not a hard heart. It is a soft heart strengthened by faith. It feels deeply, loves deeply, and cares deeply, but it knows when to let go and leave matters to Allah. It knows that people may break promises, but Allah never does. It knows that the world may turn its back, but Allah never will. When you trust Allah, you stop expecting perfection from life. You stop blaming yourself for every difficulty. You stop feeling lost in moments of weakness because you know Allah sees you, hears you, and supports you in ways you cannot imagine. A heart attached to Allah also becomes hopeful. Even in darkness, it believes that light will come. Even in loss, it believes that something better is written. Even in pain, it believes that healing is near. Hope is not just a feeling, it is a form of worship. It is your heart saying, Ya Allah, I know you will never abandon me. And Allah responds to that hope with ease, comfort, and unexpected blessings. When your heart is connected to Allah, nothing can truly break you. You may fall, but you will rise again. You may cry, but you will heal. You may struggle, but you will survive. The world may test you, but Allah will strengthen you. And that strength, quiet, deep, and unshakable, is the kind of strength no one can take away from you.